we'll be working on. Well, okay, so the stewards POAP. So one thing we'll be working on, and this one is very minor, but it's this evolution of stewards and the stewards working group. There's been so many conversations, and we're just getting to like such a good place. Oh, we have comms too. Yes. 6. Yes. It's really starting to coalesce and become more clear. So this sprint, I'd like to put some initial thoughts that have been really, the output of a number of different advice process and trying to see the best way forward for the TEC, and then share that and get some more feedback. But I imagine probably what's going to happen is that we will not have a working group coordination lead anymore in the stewards, and that would be pushed to the working groups to support. And then that probably we would pause this UBI for stewards until we can figure out a new model for stewards, and create an advisory board so we can have some external perspective and maybe have, I'll put all of it on paper so people can, I think, understand the full train of thought rather than hear these piecemeals. So that's it. And then we have a new POAP for the 2022 stewards because our new stewards don't have a POAP yet. So we want to make sure that Gideon gets one. And then everyone has a new POAP from 2022 as well. Acid laser already made it. It's just a matter of just minting it and then distributing it. Okay, so that's it. There's really nothing else that stewards wants to take on. I mean, I guess there's facilitating sprint. Yeah, that's it. And maybe I'll pass to Sampo, Gideon, if you're ready.
I am, yeah. So I already put one in there, which is organize the Sampo fund managers and kick off the treasury management project. So there's a lot of energy around that. We've got a bunch of people. I think that the second project will probably do, I'm just feeling a lot of pressure right now to spend a little bit of time before we dig in, actually organizing ourselves. So Bear and I and Enti are going to be taking this next week to like really try to like put in place good organizational structures. So how do we manage projects? I just had this vision that I was kind of stressed out a couple nights ago. I was like, holy shit, this is going to be, there's so many ideas, like so many people are interested and have ideas about how to make this work. And I was just like, wow, this is kind of like, running an airport. It's like, there's all these people that need to that want to get on these planes and kind of go in these different directions. And so it's like, how do we organize this so we don't drive ourselves crazy? So those are really the two, like if I think about the two most important things, is getting the treasury thing going. There's a lot of energy around that. I think people, feel like that's something that we need to do. And then I have a hangover from the last sprint, which is, I completed the message to token holders and the plan, but now we need to actually get the message out there. So those are the three things. And then like Tam, I wanted to put something down about the consulting service intake project, but there doesn't seem to be anything that's super concrete right now other than like, we're doing listening and a little bit of planning, right?
I would say the one thing we're doing is you and I and Jeff will have a meeting together.
Yeah.
So it's like I would say it's like still discovery, but yeah, I wouldn't mind throwing it up there actually, if you don't mind me throwing it up there, just because it's something that,
yeah,
will also end this sprint for sure.
Okay. Yep. I'm going to be putting it. So all this stuff and this doesn't affect everybody, but I'm going through this process of we are managing all of our projects in Sampo, and then the stuff that basically pokes up above that touches other groups, I'm going to put into ZenHub. So, that's kind of the way that we're doing it right now, because we can manage a lot more details in Clarity. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for me.
Cool. And then I just want to point everyone on the call, on the top right of the video, you're going to see a little chat sign and it says show chat. And if you click on that, it's a new feature Gideon discovered where we can chat inside the video channel. So it's a chat that seems to maintain persistence. Yeah, cool, right? I know, Zeph, I know, I'm so excited. It's so cool. I don't know if it comes up in the recordings. Probably not.
Yeah, actually, if Bear is watching it, yeah, because the recording is recording the screen.
Oh, right. So if the recorder is watching it, then they would also see that. Oh, that's neat. That's good to know. Maybe that will change the transparency. I mean, maybe that's something that recorders should take into consideration, actually.
Yeah, actually, Bear have one computer is focused like only for the recording. When he wants to speak, he's using his phone. So I think that should be so easy.
Yeah.
I'll have a chat with him. Probably he's not listening right now.
Cool. And Wonka and Chewy, what do you guys think? And Mert, are you able to see the chat?
I got lost. Sorry.
Okay. No, you guys are doing yours. I'm not going to interrupt you. You guys are doing your issues. Why don't we hop into? Oh, that's neat. Okay. And maybe we will hop to transparency from here.
Okay. I mean, I have it in my. I didn't have the chance to update the board. Like I was so focused like on the presentation. But
Cool.
I can I can say what we're doing and then I'll update the board myself. So yeah, basically like in the last call, like we like June is coming, so we are getting ready for like the second audit. Then we also have like this snapshot vote. We're still missing 3 people and quorum on the vote. I know like you Gideon wanted like this transparency around people's salary, something like it's just a tab in the data station sheet. But if this vote doesn't pass, we should like that's what Levi told me. Like we shouldn't make those public. So yeah, like if you guys are interested in getting that pass, I think like with you Gideon, the quorum should get done. We already have 82K. And yeah, this is one thing. Then yeah, basically those are the 2 works. Oh, but then also, but it's I don't know, like I don't know what's transparency, what doesn't. But we're also working on the ABC Advanced page. I already update the issue there on I think it's on General Magic, and basically like I already meet today with Rodri, and we basically like the signs are going to take like 3 weeks maximum. Rodri told me like it's probably going to be sooner, but I'd rather say like, okay, we're going to take 3 weeks, and then if we got it in 1.5, it's better, right? But our deadline is 3 weeks, but probably it's going to come sooner. And yeah, that's it. Then we keeping updating like the decision tracking sheet, the multisig, and yeah, all those things like we are doing repeatedly and getting the recordings. But I think like our sprint looks prioritizing on that, like especially like getting the audit, which we already started distributing the task on there. But, actually, it's super cool that Rex is joining, so he's going to take part 4, which was one of the heaviest ones with all the data. And since we're already working in this data standardization, oh, another thing. I also will DM all the working group leads. We created this spreadsheet where we get all the data, and we created all of those with the token engineering account. So then it's easier to make the master file because everything will be on the same folder. And yeah, I'll be DMing like all the working group leads. Like it's voluntary. Like you guys do not have to do it if you don't feel like. That was something we decided. Like for scalability on transparency, yeah, ideally every working group is doing it, and if it also brings very valuable information for the working groups. But at the same time, Like we don't want to put more work into other one's plates. So what we're going to be doing is like I'll be reaching every steward and explain how this shit work. Probably like I'll start DMing on Monday. Yeah, this is the accounting. This chat is amazing. Yeah, it's the accounting standards. So basically, transparency and gravity are already done. But then, yeah, we will be reaching like the rest of the stewards. And if you guys do it, that'd be great. Put help transparency. If you guys prefer like we do it for you, that's also fine, as long as we keep updating the work or the Discord, whatever source we are using. But it's always better if you do it, because there's no one better than the steward to classify how you use the money. And that's it for transparency.
Cool. Thanks for that. Okay. When you are done with it, can you just drop them in this sprint pipeline, and that way we can include them in the next sprint. Cool. All right. Awesome. And Mert, are you up for doing Omega?
Sorry, I missed the last part. Doing Omega for what?
The planning for the sprint for Omega.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
so,
I guess there's no issues on the board, right?
yes, there's no issues, but what we can create is like, again, as I said, we are working on the libraries, wireframes, and design, but also we would like to start working with the research that we are trying to initiate with SoftGo. So maybe you can open the thing as like initiate the research with SoftGo and working on library. Continue to work on library.
Okay. Are you not at a place where you can do that now? I'm happy to open it for you, but I'm
Yeah. Sorry, like I was in phone, so because of my situation, but I will do it.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm happy to do it, but then we would sort of slow down this.
No, I will do it.
Oh, cool. Okay, thanks, Mert.
Yeah, sorry.
And then, no problem. And then the same thing, you can just drop it in the sprint pipeline, this sprint pipeline, and that way, when at the end of this call, when we tag all of the issues for the sprint, it'll automatically get included.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Okay, and Juanca, are you feeling ready to do gravity? Okay, cool.
Yes, Tom.
All right, let's do gravity.
Yeah. Well, we will continue working on unbreakable vows. We think that maybe in 1 or 2 months we can deliver the MVP with at least 3 or 4 contracts that can be used. I also created this one that is MetaFan presentation. Is the people from Metagame is doing a festival conference, and they wanted me to present the 16th of June talking about conflict management. So I will take that opportunity and also invite people to the Graviton training. Okay, continue delivering the Graviton trainings. Right now, next week we have session number 4. The website for Gravity, we are working on that too. After this call, we will have a call with Durgadas to continue working on this. We took a different approach from the one that the TEC have used for the website design, and is that the TEC and other projects are making like pages from scratch, and we are using like templates. So we are buying the templates and now loading the information. Also, we have the Aragon outreach. We finally have dates for the Graviton training that we will offer to the Aragon community. That is a tailored training. We will give them 5 sessions. The first of the sessions will be about transforming conflict. The second of the sessions will be about deep democracy, error culture, and inclusion. Third session will be liberating structures. The fourth session will be well-being in workplaces, burnout, and psychology. And the fifth session will be a practical session, a role play, ending the 19th of August. Also in Gitcoin, we were invited to give a presentation, but we never received like the exact date. Maybe it would be good to continue talking with Anna, that was our contact in this. And okay, I will close this one that says Gravity participation on the Commons Prize. We were finalists. So I will close with comment this one from the Gravity participation of the Commons Prize. I think that the other ones can continue in the backlog, like the research group around psychology and mental health. Septi and I talked that we need to meet with Bianca and Anna to like reformulate a little bit the way that this research is going. Thinking on the best way to manage the budget from Gravity, and also how can we support the work that has already been done. And also, this organizational development for Gravity is very related to the website. So I don't know if it would be good to move them to this sprint because they are related, or to leave them in the product backlog.
I mean, if you think you're going to make progress on it this sprint, then you can bring it in, but starting Craft Gravity's MVB. But yeah, if you think it's something that'll be worked on this sprint, you can certainly move it in. It's
Okay,
really
I will add the organizational development. That is a conversation that we will have, and we started having last Wednesday regarding how we are going to change the way we are administrating our budget, thinking in the scenario of that we don't receive a second funding proposal from the TEC. That's what the scenario we are preparing for. We will have like two scenarios. One with the TEC supporting a second proposal, and the other one without the TEC supporting a second proposal, and how we can prioritize certain topics within the budget that we already have. So yeah, maybe that would be added. And also I will move the promoting the research group around psychology and mental health, because we also will have to like reshape this a little bit with the help of Bianca and Anna. I think that will be
cool. Excellent. Thanks so much, Wonka. This chat is great. I'm in love I'm in love with this chat. Okay. Okay. And Chewy, are you feeling ready to do comms?
Yes,
All right, let's go.
Okay, so we don't have like a lot going on. So like within the updates that we have, and I just moved to this sprint, is this next sprint we're gonna be just pumping up the support for communications around the proposal inverter, which is something that we've been just lagging on. Also, there was an issue setting up the mirror and some concerns about just credentials. So I talked to Septi about it, and we just like made a decision for how we're gonna be organizing it in the short term. So this one is should definitely be up and running for this sprint. And then number 1370, which is expanding the TE community to real life events. So opportunities like the one at NYC is something that we want to just like be able to follow up and keep just like getting attention from real life events. So yeah, if anybody here can think of someone in the community that, if it's not gonna be in New York, like someone that could be like close maybe, but I do feel that this support in real life events is of a lot of benefit to the TEC. And the last one is 1138, which has a really cool update that I just added. And oh wait, I'll try to add the GIF directly here in an edit. So yeah, basically like around the quantifiers tutorial, the animation team has been working more on just like testing for like character development and animation. So they just like released a sneak peek in our campaign for Gitcoin grants round 14. So I'm gonna be uploading this GIF to the issue as well, and see if it can be like previewed from here. But yeah,
it works when we click on the link.
I'm sorry, Tam.
It works fine when we click on the Twitter link. Just so you know, it's
Oh yeah, just so that there's like a more direct reference here. Yeah, I just edited and it was added. So yeah, these I think these are gonna be the things that we're gonna be focusing on this sprint. Also, just the upload of the new T Academy team proposal. However, like I don't know if I should include it like as a current issue. I don't know. What do you think, Tam?
if it's work that you're pulling into the sprint, then it should probably be an issue.
Okay. I'll add it as a separate issue.
Cool. Okay, awesome. Nate, is there anything that you might want to add or bring up?
Not at the moment, but I will probably add a couple of things here in the next couple of minutes.
Okay, cool. And then the last thing is the retroaction from this sprint was to make a list of priorities, critical work for the TEC. This probably, I would say, belongs in the stewards. So maybe while I promised I wouldn't take anything else into the sprint, maybe I take it into the sprint anyway. I think it can be facilitated in either, probably in our council meeting would be a good place to facilitate this discussion. So yes, we'll bring that one in as well. Cool. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to start pulling in the repeating tasks. The weekly scheduling of tweets, that's still something Acid Laser does.
Can you repeat?
Okay. And then maybe we'll bring in the Communitas we'll do, okay, offline with, we'll do next week with Eduardo. Yeah, that's a great idea, Gideon. Do you think, yeah, that's a great idea that we can use Polis for tackling that question.
Yeah, Tam, if you have like a list of like seed phrases, like I think, it's like X is vital to the, future of the TEC. There's certain ways of phrasing the statements. So yeah, if you came up with like an initial set, I think they recommend like no less than 12. And then, yeah, and then the stewards can add to it in the session.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about it separately.
I love that idea, Gideon. Yes, it's 100% what we're going to do. And Nate, what do you mean TEs in the space we're working from?
So like the Hatchet, the outreach stuff that was going on with token holders, and then do we have like a list of token engineers in terms of like reaching out for partnership and involvement within the community?
In what context, though? Can you tell me?
Yeah, so there are a lot of like ideas and initiatives that were coming forward about getting more TEs involved, and I was just curious if we had an actual list that we were working from on that.
I don't think there's any strategy to do outreach to TEs because we don't. I would say. I mean, there's a few things that come to mind, right? So there is the idea of the CAD, and we've had a meeting with CAD. We would probably just need someone to champion this idea. Having CAD do a modeling for TEC in a series of sessions in TEC labs. So us coming up with a question to model and them doing a sort of like live modeling. So it would be an environment where people could learn how to use CAD to do modeling of complex questions. And so that's one initiative that's sort of like, I would say, stalled for lack of someone to push it forward. The other idea is this token engineering pipeline service for, for people who are projects who are seeking token engineering services. And the idea being that it would sort of formulate a way to create an alliance with, at least to begin with, some pilot groups, or pilot a group such as like Block Science and Longtail Financial, maybe Token Economics DAO as well. And then have that be another way to sort of bring token engineering to the heart of TEC again in another way. Were you thinking of any other initiatives specifically that?
Yeah, there's like a couple, like the Gideon mentioned that like the Token Engineering Hall of Fame stuff. And so like, I mean, combined with all these, I just thought there might be like a list that we've started to curate. And I don't know if we should start curating it or if it's something that would be valuable or not. I'm not sure.
I don't know that there's any one specific list. I think we all have a list in our head. And yeah, I guess it's more about like, once we have a purpose for the outreach, then we know then we would be able to identify who to outreach to. Does that make sense? Like, we want to contact this person for this thing. Like that's what I'm thinking about with this alliance. Like, I mean, a great example is Jeff is very keen to be involved in this. So that's a huge win for the TEC, right? In terms of token engineering experience, and especially in his ability to help us shape this intake service or this, token engineering project pipeline, or whatever we end up naming it in the end.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I just was curious about that.
Cool. All right, that means we have our sprint. Awesome. Before we wrap up, what are you looking forward to most this beautiful, almost summer weekend? And I'll ask Wonka to get us kicked off.
I am staying at my girlfriend's parents' house. I think we will go to Zaragoza on the weekend. And I have a lot of work accumulated, so I think I will work on Sunday some things regarding cases and the Aragon support that we are giving. Just that. What about you, Septi?
Thanks, Juan. Yeah, I don't know, like probably watching cars. I don't know. I want to get one. Yeah, probably chilling a little bit. I really need some rest. Today I slept like 5 hours. With the driver license and all the stuff, like my brain was like about to explode, but I'm so happy like that's done forever. So yeah, back to normal life, I guess. Happy, very happy. Summer is here since, I don't know, it feels like since a month. Since Juan was here, like at my house, I'm at 26 degrees. Outside is even worse. So yeah, Spain temperature is very hot. So yeah, probably I'll go to the river too, to refresh myself since the pool is not open yet. I'll pass it to Chuy.
Thanks, Septi. I'm not sure. Like, I think I have a lot of stuff to do and I'm very like distracted. So I'll just put an effort into try to play like some video games or something that can help me just like distract myself. So from everything going on. And I don't know. I might get another tattoo. I don't know. I'll pass it to Nate.
Thanks, Chewy. Yeah, I'm going to be juggling a lot of things this weekend, mainly around the crying baby. But yeah, we're excited. He's coming up on 2 months, and so it's time to get his vaccines, and it's going to be shots time. So not looking forward to that, but it's going to happen regardless. And yeah, outside of that, just hanging out with the wife and kid, and just getting to know better. So I'll pass it over to Mert.
Mert, are you able to unmute? Maybe we'll pass to Gideon and see if Mert is able to unmute in a few moments.
Well, picking up on actually, Zepti, I thought for sure you were going to say you're going to be driving all weekend, but picking up on the distraction theme, I will admit I'm going to geek out a little bit, and I'm looking forward to seeing the new Doctor Strange movie. So that's what we're going to do. I was a big comics guy when I was a little kid, so yep, that's it for me. I think that's. Did everybody go? Aside from Mert?
I can go. Sorry, like I couldn't open the mic.
Go ahead, Mert.
So what I will do is that actually, like my mom will come where I stay now. We'll spend time with her, and like we'll work some, actually, because I've been kind of lagging the work. So I will complete those, and maybe party on the Saturday.
Cool.
And also, I just wanted to ask you guys, like, does anybody coming to eat parties from here?
No ticket.
What did
I
you
don't
ask?
have as well, Depti, but I just want to go and hang around.
What did
Go
you
to
ask?
Barcelona. Paris.
George?
SCC.
Oh, ETHCC. Got it. I'm going, even though I don't have a ticket.
Yeah, I don't have to. So we will see each other in real life. Awesome.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, I saw Mitch, Griff, Chewy before, but it will be nice to meet with all of you.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see you. I mean, it's too close. It's 2 hours by train, door to door. It's too simple not to go to Paris. Actually, I don't know if I would get on a plane to go, but considering it's this simple, it would be silly not to. And then for me this weekend, I'm also getting a tattoo. Just kidding. I am definitely not getting a tattoo, and definitely not by the dog in that GIF. But I am definitely going to, I think, enjoy the sunshine, exercise, read in the park. Like, I think that, oftentimes I end up working the weekend. I think this weekend I just need to really, just like let things percolate a little. I need some sort of thinking time and maybe distracting myself with, I'm reading a book called The Third Pillar by Raghuram Rajan, and it's like fantastic. Really, really excited about that book. So I'm really excited to just go sit for a few hours in a park and read. It's boring, but my life is a little boring. All right. Thanks, everyone, for this very cool sprint planning. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see each other on Monday.
Thanks, Tam.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Tam.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Have a
Bye.
good weekend.
See you later.